A little backstory. Tattooing has been a thing for thousands of years. Each culture has used tattoos to represent their respected eras. For some, it means more than a simple piece of art on their body forever. Mummies used body carvings to show their status, their culture, and how they view themselves in the eyes of God. Native New Zealanders used tattoos as a defense mechanism when they were at war. Sailors got tattoos to remember their loved ones and better times at home. Today, people get tattooed to stand out from the rest by getting different placements, aesthetics, and style. I decided to interview a male and female student who have tattoos and an insight modern idea of tattooing.
I got this one in high school, and it's a Beatles tattoo. I got it because throughout my whole high school experience, I've heard Beatles all the time. Like, that's all I've heard. And due to every event that took place in high school and every memory I had with any person ever, it's dedicated to a Beatles song. And my high school experience, it was pretty well. Like, I loved it. And I want to remember it. Like, say I'm like 80 and like I'm like forgetting my memory. I want to have a piece of me that holds that time. So before I graduated high school, I got a tattoo of the Beatles, and that's what that symbolizes.
So the whole idea behind this guy is because not only has Star Wars been that foundation in regards to a film for me, but it's really influenced me to go out and just create. The whole idea behind honor thy father is because I actually have a really bad relationship with my dad. But at the end of the day, he is my dad, and like Luke Skywalker and his father, I always got to respect my father, even if he doesn't do things I agree with.
Not really. I mean, I have one up here, and I just got it because I thought it would be a nice place to have it at. Like, everyone asked me, my tattoo artist asked me, I was like, no, I just like it. Like, it's a rose. It's not like every other rose. It's kind of significant to me. I think it looked great on my neck, so I got it on my neck. It doesn't really have purpose.
Tattoos, I mean, with meaning, they can sometimes be boring. If you get a tattoo that's a little bit more, spontaneous or random, I feel like that's a little bit more inspiring or worth the story than hearing someone who has like, oh, I got this because I'm Italian. I got an Italian flag because I'm Italian. Oh, I got a Irish Catholic cross because I'm Catholic and Irish. Like, how about you have a skull on your body because you're Chicano. I love it. I mean, it's so accepted nowadays, and I'm so happy that in society that it's not necessarily something that people look down on. Granted, there are parts of your body that people refer to that aren't accepted as being tattooed appropriate, but for the most part, you can go to any workspace and people don't really look at you any differently because it's so openly visible nowadays. Everyone really has tattoos. I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't.
A tattoo is basically like a symbol that's permanent on your body for the rest of your life, and no matter what kind of tattoo it is, it's going to be a symbol. And the culture is, even religion, you want like just a cross anywhere in your body, just a religious tattoo. You want it banned if you're in rock and roll, it's banned.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been judged for my tattoos before. In particular, my Darth Vader tattoo, mainly because people always go, why'd you get Darth Vader tattooed on your body? Where's the significance behind that? I mean, to be quite honest, I don't have to explain to anybody the significance other than the fact that, I mean, it was one of the first film franchises that really rocketed me into becoming a film producer. And, I mean, I appreciate the creation and the artist's work, not just the tattoo artist, but the artist behind the film, so I figured I'd get it tattooed on.
Yeah, the one on my neck, because everyone says that's like the basicest tattoo, to get a rose in your neck. And I was just like, well, personally, I don't really care. It's more like it's my body, so if I get a rose, I'm happy with it. But then, it's like, it shouldn't really bother you. If you got it in the first place, you got it for your own happiness, not satisfy anyone else. Yes, definitely think there should be age consent, because what you like now, you might not like later. Like, I know many people, well, I'm going to say one specifically. It's a girl in 7th grade. When we were all in 7th grade, she got a tattoo of her boyfriend's name in 7th grade. She was like 12. and now it's a huge cover up, which looks really bad. So, you know, I think a tattoo should be after like I guess 18, because like 18 is when you're considered an adult wherever you are, and if that's when you're an adult, that's when you're allowed to make your own choices. And if it's a tattoo, then
One
go
thing I
about it.
could say about tattooing is I'm all for the idea of having people, 18 and up getting tattoos. I just have seen a lot of bad tattoos that have been on 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. I always think that you should wait till your brain develops a little bit more before you make a drastic decision to put something on your body permanently for the rest of your life. Granted, if it is artwork and you like the artwork, you'll really never change your opinion, but it's one of those topics you really got to be careful, walking on. In regards to the future of tattooing, I think it's really promising. I think for the future, I could see everybody at some point having a tattoo, whether they're a millennial, Gen X, doesn't necessarily matter. Sooner or later, someone's gonna get something little. I mean, look at the motion we're going in with AI. For all we know, they could be tattooing us because they want to mark us, like serial number us. But hopefully it's promising and not terrible.
Honestly, like it goes a long way, because people who have stick and pokes, and then I have many people go to unprofessional artists and then go to actual artists. Honestly, it's all on preference, because I went to someone who wasn't professional, and I also went to one who was professional, and I got the same results in the end. I went to a place that was professional. It was my friend's house, and he had a clean atmosphere. Everything was great. The needles were new. You could tell the ink was great, and like he'd done my tattoo, and I had the same amount of time I had this tattoo, and it hasn't faded, hasn't gone away. It just depends on who you go to and how you trust them. That's about it.